Good morning. Good morning. So glad to be here today. How you guys all doing? So, take over Tuesday. I'm taking over Carissa's group, the soul searching badasses. I'm taking over today just to talk to you a little bit about um, money management. So, before doing so, I'm on site. I'm in the office today. I've got a couple of meetings later on, so I'm on site. So that's why my mic is very close, so that the background noise doesn't get to you. And as you're jumping on, please do say hello, so that I'm able to actually, salute you appropriately, and we can get on with this. In the meantime, let me just check that the sound is working okay. That the sound is working okay, and also that the visuals are working, because sometimes Facebook doesn't necessarily agree with me 100%. So let me just check into that now. So sorry that my head is down. I'm just checking for sound and just checking that's showing up on the phone. Yeah, just looking for the group now. Okay, here we are. It looks to be working fine. It looks to be working fine. So that is pretty awesome. Okie doke. Fabulous. Hopefully the lighting is okay as well. It looks pretty dark on the phone. Is this any better? I'll just check that it is. Okay, though. That seems to be working fine now. So let's get the show on the road. Let's get the show on the road. Let's do this. Okay. So if you have any comments, please do drop it. And I'm going to kickstart. So hello again. Thanks for joining this Takeover Tuesday. Whether it's watching live or watching on replay, I really appreciate you being here. And my name is Anwinba. I'm a business wealth strategist, and I help business women become excellent money managers so that you can grow your business. So that's basically scale your business, increase your income, and also get more time back. And I do this with my ROI method, which is around helping you understand your numbers, optimizing your business systems and processes, and starting your investment portfolio. So that's how I go about it, and that's how I help you scale your business and obviously scale your income. So today I'll be telling you three truth bombs that all cash rich. I stumble on that word sometimes. All cash rich business women know and do with their money. So it's all about cash today. Hello, Terry Lynn. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. So it's all about cash today and what they do with their money. And I'll be telling you three truth bombs. And this is what they all do. And why am I talking about this? The reason I'm going into this is because it is vital, okay? It is not only important that you, as creatives, are able to make money, but it's also important that you're able to keep the money, manage the money, and also grow the money into a way that is sustainable for yourself and also in a way that you can give back. Oh, I'm really having a hard time hearing. Is this any better? Let me know, Terry Lynn, sorry, if this is better, so I could hold the mic much closer to my mouth. I hope it is. So, hoping that the sound is better, I'm just going to carry on. So, the reason that I'm talking about this is because it's important for you as business owners, but also as entrepreneurs, creative, and multi passionate individuals. Great, awesome. To be able to not only know how to make money, but also know how to keep money, which is very, very important, and also know how to grow it. Okay. We have to make every pound, every dollar, every yen work for you and work for your benefit. Money is there for servitude, money is there to serve. Okay. Money is not there to boss. You are the boss. You are the badasses, not money. And it's just getting into that space. And these truth bombs are literally vital. They're literally the ABC of being successful, not only as a business woman, but also as an individual in your life yourself. And all of this, it's definitely important for your business, but it can also be carried on into your personal life as well. It's one of those things where they say business is not personal, but business is very personal. It's extremely personal. And from small micro businesses all the way to corps, it is very personal, and it reflects the owner. You would see when you go into certain corporation, it reflects the values and it reflects the energy of senior management. So it reflects whatever it is that the CEO and senior management are pushing forward. So business is definitely personal. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. So the first truth bomb, and I really want this to be interactive. So, the more information you're feeding me, the more I structure what I'm saying going forward. And a lot of this, looking at the group, I kind of based it on the states. So a lot of what I'll be saying based on the states, because I notice a lot of people here are US based. But if not, let me know, and I'll be giving you examples for any other countries that you might be in. But it's going to be mainly the usuals: UK, the States, Canada, and Australia. So do forgive me, but those are the areas that my clients are from. So that is what I kind of know about. And definitely the UK, because that's where I'm based. So the very first thing, net worth. How many of you know what your net worth is? Do you know what your net worth is? Do you know how the, oh, great, Canada. Awesome. Thanks, Terilyn. I'm going to drop in some Canadian um, apps, but I'll get to it later on. So net worth is the first thing, and I'm going to write it here because I didn't necessarily do slide decks, because normally I just like talking, because the talk kind of changes depending on my audience, and it changes depending on the audience and what they're saying and what they're not saying. So the very first thing is net worth. What is your net worth? Do you know what your net worth is? And if I just take it back to basics, basically your net worth is how much you are worth as an individual, as a business. And this is, if you think it very simply, if you sold everything and paid back everyone, what is left? What will be left? So you sold everything and paid back everyone. What is left? That is your net worth. Okay. And the importance of your net worth is that you are able to see how you're progressing, because it's great and wonderful that, we want to do six figures, want to do seven figures, want to be the next Richard Branson. Great. But we need to be able to see as well our progression towards that. And our progression towards that is that our net worth is increasing, our assets are increasing. And that is why net worth is so important. It shows you your progression, it gives you a health check. Like every year you do your annual medical. This is what a net worth is. It basically tells me, last year, this time last year, for example, I was worth 200K. Okay. And this year, I'm worth 250K. So great, I've increased my net worth by 50K. Or, this year I'm worth 150K. Oh, um, my net worth has gone down by 50K. What happened? What has happened in that year to cause that? Or fantastic, what did I do that year to increase it by 50K? What could I do better? Instead of increasing by 50K in a year, maybe I could double that and increase it by 100K. So this is the kind of, it kind of triggers that thought process around what could I do better? What should I stop doing? How could I do X, Y, and Z? And it gives you more information. It's almost like a creative juice. You kind of get your juices going in regards to what you can do, which is great, because then it almost instinctively for you to do certain aspects, because you know exactly what the impact will be. So how do you work your net worth? So what you need to do, and this is the way I go about it, what you need to do is gather up all your assets. Okay, and when I say assets, I need to be very careful here, because I know some people put in their wardrobe, their clothes, their cars, their shoes, and so on and so forth. I would not say you should add that, although they're assets. They're not they're not necessarily appreciating. Okay. So if I buy a car this year for 40K, I have an asset for 40K. but because of the way the value of my car drops, it's going to give me a false positive. So it's going to make me look 40K richer than I actually am, because that car is going to drop in value. And I have to remember to keep dropping the value of that within my net worth. So I don't add those stuff, clothes, shoes, cars, those kind of things. I don't add it. I literally stick to the actual assets. And guess what? What is your biggest asset at the moment? Your business. Your business is your biggest asset, and you can do whatever you like with your business. Okay. Your business is basically your cash point, your ATM, your, you know, cash machine, your hole in the wall. I'm literally using all the different acronyms that I know that we use for ATM, ABM. Your business is your cash point, and your business is your biggest and strongest investment right now. It's your strongest asset right now. So when we're talking around in net worth, your business is definitely top, is number one. So thanks, Donna, for joining. Thank you very much. We're talking about how to calculate your net worth. What about your home? Terry Ann, your home? Why do I keep calling you Terry Ann? Honestly, what is up with me? Terry Lynn, um, your home is definitely an asset, but there's two thoughts about that. You have to work it out in regards to, okay, you have to balance it out when it comes to your home, that there's the overall value of your home, which is an asset, but then you have to work out how much is left on your mortgage, if you still have a mortgage, as your liability. And that will balance out exactly how much value you've got. Okay. So the more of your mortgage you're paying off, and the higher your asset value, the higher your asset value, sorry, the lower your, somebody is here looking for charger. Sorry, ladies, give me a second here. No problem. Here you go. So what I was saying then is that when it comes to your mortgage and how you go about it, when it comes to your mortgage and how you go about it, including in your net worth, you have to balance it out. If you've paid off your mortgage, great, then it's 100% asset. If you've not paid off your mortgage, then you have to balance it out in regards to the percentage of what your value is worth, what your house is worth, goes into your asset column, whilst what is left on your mortgage for you to pay goes in your liability column. So your home, your business, any stocks and shares that you might have, any investments out there that you might have as well, whether paper or physical. Real estate is a big one as well. So when you work that all out, then you are able to find how much you're worth. And as I say, it's all of your assets minus your liabilities. And all of your assets is all the things you own. Okay, all the things you own are your assets, and all of the things you owe are your liabilities. And that is the number one truth bomb when it comes to being cash rich. You need to know what your net worth is, and you need to be able to tell whether you are increasing your net worth or decreasing your net worth. And that is very important. And I've just shared with you what to include in it and what to exclude in it. The little things, just exclude that, your clothes, your little, the cars and so on. Let's exclude that because the depreciation there is really negligible. I mean, the value there is really negligible when it comes to the overall how you are doing financially. So what the apps that you should use, or the apps that are out here, sorry, I keep having to remind myself to put the mic closer to my mouth. So the apps that are out there when it comes to you being able to work out your net worth, well, number one is your Excel spreadsheet. Your Excel spreadsheet is number one. Like, I don't necessarily advocate you going out there and paying and so on and so forth. It's your Excel spreadsheet. And I've explained to you earlier, it's literally an addition and a subtraction of what you own against what you owe. And whatever that difference is basically what your net worth is. That's how much you are worth. So number one is Excel. Easy, straightforward. If anybody wants that, please do say Excel, and I'll be able to share what I use in regards to tracking my net worth. And this is what I used to use before all the apps came out. Number two, a really, really big one that a lot of people use is YNAB. You need a budget. And YNAB is beautiful. It's beautiful. You get the best of both worlds. You get your budget in regards to what you're spending your money on, And also, you have a feature where it says net worth, and it gives you what your net worth is, and you're able to actually um, know what you're worth. And then the second app as well that is out there that I've seen a lot of people use is personal capital. This I don't necessarily use myself. I use Wine app, but I don't necessarily use this. I have to kind of balance it out between what is available in the UK and what's available in the UK. So a lot of what I use is much more UK heavy. But I just thought I'll, you know, do a bit of work in regards to what is available. And some of these are international, to be honest with you. So your Excel spreadsheet, which is absolutely international. There's YNAB as well, which is international. But also because YNAB links to certain banks, not everybody might have that feature available to them. But YNAB is a beautiful app to have in regards to budget. But one of the features there is also your net worth. Okay. And then the other one that I know is beautifully done as well, and it kind of covers other aspects, is Mint. Mint is another good app when it comes to working out your net worth. And the fantastic thing about this is that it just works it out automatically because it's linked to your different accounts. It's linked to your investments, it's linked to your checking account, your savings account, and it kind of works out your net worth that way. And then you can add in other information as well. So that is it, your net worth. You need to know what your net worth is to be able to be cash rich. Okay. Then the second thing now is your spending plan. What are you spending your money on? What is your spending plan? Okay. Spending plan, aka your budget. What is your budget? And this is not only important for you as a business, in fact, it's a must as a business. And if corps are any example to go by, especially in this, you could see they do their budget every quarter, which is what I'd advise to you as well as a business owner to do your budget. But also, if you don't have a business and you're an individual, it's definitely worth every second for you to prepare a budget as well, for you to prepare your spending plan. I always advocate that you spend according to your plan. You don't plan according to your spend. You get what I mean? So you have your vision, you have what you want to do, you have what you want to achieve this quarter, this year within your business, okay? And you have that thought already and you've written it down or however you go about your planning. So you've planned that out. Now you cost it out. How much is it going to cost me to achieve these things? Okay. How much is it going to cost you to achieve every one of those items within your plan? And out of that, then you know, okay, this is what my budget needs to be for me to achieve this target within my business. Okay. And that's how I prefer you're going about it because then it doesn't constrain you to what it is that you see now. Basically, you're not limited by your eyes. Okay. And that's why I go about it this way so that you do not have the mental, I mean, the visual limitation in regards to, oh, it's going to cost me 100K. I cannot do that because I only have 50K. No, I don't want you to work that way. I want you to work by, okay, you have a plan. And against that plan, what is it going to cost me? And that is how you go about budgeting. And then you know exactly, okay, this is how many clients I need. This is how many programs I need to sell. This is how many products I need to shift to be able to get there. So having a spending plan is very, very important. It allows you to know exactly where your money is going. It allows you to know exactly what your money is being spent on as well. And it lets you know, okay, what to tweak because depending on where those expenses are happening would impact where the the money goes, where the expenses are going. Also you'll be able to see a reflection of it in your business so that you'll be able to say, I spent X amount on advertising. Is this advertising working? How is the ROI, the return on investment for this particular spend on my business? But if you don't track the fact that, oh, you have spent, you know, this amount of money on advertising, then you'll not really think that, oh, maybe this month or this quarter I should scale down on that because it didn't give me the expected ROI. Or this month, it gives you time to reflect on the results you're getting. It gives you time to reflect on where you should pump in more money actually, because you might be doing fantastic on Facebook ads. You might be doing fantastic on, booking yourself for live events, and the expense that goes into that, the ROI is incredible because when you do Facebook ads, after that particular campaign, you get two clients or you're able to shift 50 products. But then when you do a live event, it costs you, let's say, about £100 or $100 to get to the live event, to prepare for the live event and so forth. Let's say it's about $100. But then you get five clients out of there. Okay, you're able to shift 120 products out of there. You're able to build your email list by 100 to 100 people. It allows you to do that comparison. So you know, okay, um, I'm spending £100, $100 on live events, but the return I'm getting each client is costing me 5K, five clients, 25K. You see how it works, and then you're able to work that out because you know where your money is going. When you come back to it, you're like, okay, this is my budget, and this is how I'm going about it. So important. Have a budget. Have a spending plan. You have to be intentional. Nothing wrong in spending. If anybody is like me, I'm a spendaholic. I love spending, but being intentional about your spending. Okay. I spend on my investment, I spend on my business, I spend on myself in regards to self development, in regards to keeping yourself up to date within your industry. I am in the financial industry. I have to keep myself up to speed. I turn this way, there's one thing, I turn that way, another app has come out. I have to look into that app, you know, to be able to then guide my clients and tell them, oh, this is what it does, this is what it doesn't do. Maybe this might be good for you. So always keeping yourself not only mentally up to speed, but also within the industry up to speed. That is important as well. And this allowance is all within your budget because you have to think, you have to train yourself. In fact, if I call it training, you have to go through training, your CPDs, if you're in the corporate world, your CPDs, you have to do that to keep yourself up to speed. But then there's the personal training, I mean, the personal development side of it that you need to keep yourself up to speed. Innovation, you have to always be innovative, okay? You never, never, never let your business outgrow you. If your business outgrows you, you get pushed aside. If your business outgrows you, especially if you're on the market, like let's say Uber, everybody knows the big hoo-ha that happened with Uber, and that was because the business outgrew the CEO, and the CEO was not effective. And he was the founder. He was not effective any longer in that position. So that's why he got pushed out because his business outgrew him. For small businesses, if your business is outgrowing you, you see that you stagnated. Okay, your income is not increasing. You're still working at capacity, still delivering the same amazing value, but you've plateaued. That is a sign that your business is outgrowing you. So you have to keep yourself up to speed so that you're innovative and you're able to find new ways to create other income streams and create other ways of increasing your value. So if I go back to the comments, Terry Lynn, spending according to your plan, not planning according to your spending. Exactly. Spend according to your plan. Okay, so you have a plan and you spend according to it, 100%. Okay, it's easy to spend. Yes, Terrelin is very, very, very easy to spend. Literally, very easy to spend. And if I tell you a story here, and this is more a personal story, I am a spendaholic. And to tell you how much of a spendaholic I am, hello, Brenda Lee, thanks for joining. To tell you how much of a spendaholic I am, I used to have these spending sprees. Like I took retail therapy to another level. I took retail therapy to another level. Seriously. So what used to happen is that I'll go out and literally shop. And shopping makes me feel good. Shopping, endorphins, all of that makes me feel good. But then what used to happen, as you know, guilt kicks in. And I know within myself afterwards that I shouldn't, even whilst I'm doing it, I shouldn't really be spending this amount of money. But then what I used to do, let's say I'll go out, and this one is a true story. I'll go out and spend, I don't know how much money this was now, but I came home with like 10 pairs of shoes. Okay. I came home with 10 pairs of shoes, and I knew my husband would have something to do about it. And the great thing is that we had separate cars. So he had his car, I had my car. Okay. So what happened when I spent this money on 10 pairs of shoes, or in one go, 10 pairs of shoes, just because I could and I wanted. I spent the money on 10 pairs of shoes. I kept all the shoes in the boot of the car, and I used to sneak in the shoes one at a time into the house so he would not notice that I've just bought this amount of shoes all in one go because he'd have something to say. So all these shoes would stay in the car and I'll sneak them into the house one by one. So, I would go out and come back home and just come, bought one pair of shoes, and maybe a couple of weeks later, I'll come back home from somewhere else and sneak in another pair of shoes because I knew within my heart of hearts that the amount that I spent on the shoes was not necessarily the amount that um, I should have spent all in one go. And that is the way, and that is not the way you should be. You should be free, and when you spend, you should be glad, and when you spend, you should be happy. So, how I combated that, I do not stop myself from spending. I still do spend, but the difference now is that because I do not go every day and buy 10 pairs of shoes, and this might happen, maybe one time in 6 months. Um, but when I go out to spend, I spend, but I do not spend every day. And that's what's quite important as well. That if you're spending every day, you have to put in strategies that work for you. Okay. I do not do the whole one size fits all, especially when it comes to finance. One size does not fit all. We all have different money habits. We all have different money relationships. And I work with that. You need to work with you as yourself. So for me, in that particular situation, what I did is that, okay, when I go to spend, I usually spend X amount, but on the months that I don't spend at all in regards to that. So I actually have a shoe fund now, crazy enough. And in my shoe fund, every single month, I put away £100 towards my shoe fund. Okay. And the shoe fund it just automatically comes out. That is another thing. Automate. There's certain spendings that you have to automate. Spending on your savings, spending on your investments, automate those. So I automate that and that goes into my shoe fund so that when I go on one of my shopping sprees, I spend money out of my shoe fund. And there is no guilt there because I know that, okay, that money has been accumulating for the last 6 months, the 8 months, a year. Okay. So that when I go on my shopping spree and I feel the need to buy shoes, I just go out and buy shoes. Because on the months that I didn't feel that need, I was still putting money away. Okay, so it then spreads out the spending, and I'm spending only £100 a month rather than the random spike in my spending where it goes up exponentially because I have a spike in my spending. This one plateaus it out and it allows me to then work my spending plan properly. So your spending plan has to plateau out and it accounts for the whole year so that even if there's a spike, is still within, because in a whole year you might have, $500 saved away for your shoe fund. Okay. But you just end up in that year spending 200. You still have 300 there. Do you see how it goes? So it plateaus it out and you have no spikes in your spending. And every spending that you are doing is intentional because you have planned for it. Does that make sense? I really, really hope it does. But that is, yeah, so that is me. So when I say spendaholic, that is me, and I've worked out me. I've worked how to work with me. Okay, so I am my own best friend now, not my own worst enemy. That is not profit. that is not that is not profitable at all. So when it comes to spending plan, again, what is out there? When it comes to spending plan, what is out there for you to use? And number one, spreadsheets again. Spreadsheets work wonderfully. But one thing that I must give credit to the banks for is that some of them now within their mobile app actually have a budget. Some of them have a spending plan where you can see what you are spending your money on just based on where your cards are being used. They'll be able to say, oh, okay, you know what, you're at Whole Foods a lot and you go to Macy's and they're able to tell you you're spending this amount on groceries, this amount on retail, and so that is fantastic. So if your bank does that, make sure you are looking at it. But the second thing as well is spreadsheet, the ever faithful Excel spreadsheet. The ever faithful Excel spreadsheet is always there to support you as you budget, as you put in your spending plan, you decide what you're spending on. YNAB is another amazing tool that you can use for your spending. There's a lot of spending or budgeting tools out there that you can use. So I'll not go to the nth detail about that in regard to giving you a whole lot of list. But if you need a list either of what you can use to have calculate your net worth or what you can use for your spending plan, definitely do comment below and I'll share what I use myself. So that is the second truth bomb. So the first one was you need to know your net worth. This is non-negotiable. Okay, you need to know your net worth because that allows you to see how you're progressing within your finance. what your financial health is like. The second truth bomb is a spending plan. You need to have a spending plan. You need to be intentional about where you're spending. Okay, you need to be intentional about where you're spending. I need to have certain categories. I'll cover this in another session if Carissa gives me a chance. But you need to have different categories of spending, and each of these spending, there's certain spendings that I advocate for you to automate, and that's your investment spending, your saving spending. Automate those so that they automatically come out and you do not have to physically think about it because it's already accounted for. Then the third truth bomb, investing. Invest, 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 invest. Invest from now. Don't wait. I plead. I plead. I plead with you. Don't wait to invest. Don't wait until you're making six figures. Don't wait until, your younger son goes to high school. Don't wait until you've refurbished your home or you've bought your home. You've bought your home. Don't wait. Do it now. Do it now. You're missing out on huge opportunities. You're missing out on making money. In fact, you're missing out on making your money work for you. Every single dollar that you earn has to work its ass out for you because you worked for that money. Okay. The last I checked, if I sat down and did absolutely nothing, a dollar won't drop on my head. Okay. No matter how much people say passive income, making money while you sleep, no, that is not the rule of passive income. Passive income, you have to put in some work. Okay, at the very beginning of setting up your passive income, 80% of the work is you. You get 20% yield. Once that has been set up, then it flips on its head and then it becomes 80% income and 20% work because you still have to maintain it. So it's not 100% passive, but I see where people are coming from. But I don't necessarily call it passive income myself. But hey, passive income, residual income, whatever they want to call it. But every dollar, every single pound, yen, shilling, whatever you want to call it, that you earn has to work its arse out for you. As I said earlier on, money is there to serve you. Money, the purpose of money is servitude. Okay? You get money because you provided awesome service. You get money because it's a reward for you providing an awesome service. Okay? Money's reward to you is providing you with an awesome service and you need to put it to work. Okay. It's just like if you think about it, if you hire house help, let's put it like that, it's very simple. If you hire house help, okay, and the house help comes, they're there. Are you going to tell your house help what you want them to do? Are you going to tell the house help how you want them to go about what you want them to do? Or you're just going to hire house help, let them loose in your house and let them do what they want, when they want, how they want, to the standard and quality you want? I don't think so. I don't think so. So that's exactly the same thing that you have to do with money. Money is there to serve you. You have to tell, TELL. You need to tell your money what you want it to do. You need to tell your money where it goes. Okay? Because you've put a whole load of work, whole load of experience, a whole load of years to earn that dollar. You have. Money needs to do exactly the same for you. That's just it. So investing is an absolute must way to make your money work for you. Okay? You need to make your money work for you. Okay? So investing. And let me tell you this, and this is where a lot of people say, no, I can't invest. I'm not yet there. I don't have the money. Da 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 da. Have you got $5 right here, right now? Have you got $5? Have you, okay, I might be too cheap there. Have you got $10? You can start investing with that. And I work in this world, and I know that the entrance back in the days, it used to be you need to have, 100K minimum to invest, and you need to go to a financial advisor, and they're going to charge you, blah, 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 blah. That is not the case right now. They are still there, they're still relevant, and there's a time and a place for them. And definitely, when you start doing the 7K, 8K kind of thing, then definitely get an investment advisor to, you know, manage your funds because right now you have got funds, you've got portfolio. But start investing from now so that nobody is going to take the piss out of you. Nobody's going to take you for a ride. Because in 2008, the reason why we crashed is because I don't want to swear. I don't want to swear. But the reason we crashed is because a lot of unscrupulous people took the piss out of us because you didn't understand what was going on. They took the piss, absolute. They took us for a ride because we didn't know how to manage our money. Why on earth, with the sense that we have, will you go and get a mortgage for 5 times your salary? Why, oh, why? Okay. Only because they're giving you the money doesn't mean you have to take it. But guess what? They were focusing on your commission while screwing you over. Okay. And when everything went tits up, you are the one that got left burnt the most. So that's why I'm slightly over passionate about this topic because they totally but investing. So that's why I'm a massive, massive advocate of you investing from now because you become an experienced investor. You know what you like, you know what you don't like. So no one can tell you BS about, oh, I think you should go invest in this underground shit going on in China. You're like, no, thank you. I know what my risk appetite is, and I prefer sticking my money here. I know what my risk appetite is. I need to make sure that my son is going to college. Okay. So I need to have some money put aside for him. So I'm not going to take my last $10 to go and invest in some underground shit going on in China. No, I'm going to do a safe investment and save an apple. You know what I mean? So you get to know yourself as an investor. You get to know yourself as an investor when you start from now, when you start dabbling your way around what you need to do and where your focus needs to be. Okay. So what I was saying earlier is that you can start investing from as little as $10 because due to the massive disruption that has happened in the financial industry, the entrance bar has come really, really, really low that now you are able to start investing with $10. Okay, you are able to start investing with $10. In fact, this is a priority spend even before my shoe fund. You know what I'm saying? So if I have my $100 and I feel that, okay, this month I'm slightly short on my $100 for my shoe spend, then I will say, okay, let me be short on my shoe spend. I'm going to put it towards my investment. Okay, so even whilst you're spending, your spending has priority. There is a priority to it. And because everything happens automatically, you do not necessarily have to make these decisions every month because the decision has been always made for you. And one of the reasons I advocate this is that when you've put your spending plan in place, you're putting your spending plan when you're being logical, okay? When you're being the sensible you, when you're being the CEO you, okay? But then, um, how do you say emotional spending, spontaneous spending happens when you're being emotional, okay? And it's okay to be emotional. You're not a robot, and I please advocate you to be emotional and express it in all the different ways you feel fit, in all the different ways that makes you feel good. But emotional spending is dangerous. So that is why you put all this in place because then you're able to account for the emotional spending. You have money in place for your emotional spend. Okay. You have money in place because if you leave it to yourself to make sure that, oh, every month I need to remember to put $50 in investment, when emotional spend comes, you take that $50 and I don't know, go to McDonald's or whatever. So that's why it's so important to have a spending plan in place and automate it according to your priorities so that when emotion comes in, you are still able to accommodate for that. I do not like diet like finances where you like cut off everything. You shall not spend. You shall not go to Starbucks. You shall never visit McDonald's again. In fact, if you see Burger King, cross the road. Nah, sorry. Never walk into, Aldo's or Macy's ever again because you're on a mission to financial freedom. Da 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 da. No, no, it doesn't work. I am able to walk next to Macy's, go to McDonald's. I don't like fast food, but it's an example. Go out, go to the restaurant because I have accounted for it. And I am putting money away because for crying out loud, you do not go to a restaurant every blessed day. So the one time that you do want to go out and, splash on yourself, God, do that. You deserve it. But make sure that you've accounted for it. because you're doing this on a monthly basis, even a weekly basis, however often you have to make it, do it, and a lot of this has been automated. When you do actually do it, it's a no-brainer because you've accounted for it. You know, if I have an emotional spend and I go spend money on 10 pairs of shoes, that is fine because I know that I've been putting away £100 for the last 7 months, and I won't be spending £700 to buy shoes. Okay. Sometimes you do, sometimes you might not. But you see where I'm going with this. You're already putting money away, and you're not going out of your way to empty out that fund. You just want to, make yourself feel good, fulfill that need. So that's why every single person I work with is all about a personal plan. It's about a personal trip. It's basically a DNA. It's financial DNA because everything is suited to you, and you have to put measure in place so that you're not attacking yourself, so you do not become an autoimmune disease where you are attacking yourself financially. So you make sure that you've put all of these things in place so that it's never an attack financially because you've put all the measures in place. So I'm not attacking myself financially by overspending because I've already put this in place to account for my spending. So investment is very, very important. And as I said, you can start from as little as $1 to start investing. Okay. And when it comes to invest, just go with your interests. Okay. Go with what you like. Go with what you enjoy. Are you a creative? Oh, what creative stuff are out there that I could invest in? What stocks can I buy? Or even what business can I invest in? Look in Kickstarters, startups. They're looking for investments or investors. Look into them. Always go with what you're passionate about. One thing that is important for you to know is that you need to understand what you're investing in so that you know, okay, there's a risk of X, but also there's the yield of me making some money amount of money. Don't invest in something you don't understand. Please, please, please don't. Especially when you're starting out. When you're starting out, invest in things you're passionate about, social enterprise, renewable energy, stuff like that. Things that you're passionate about, technology, all sorts, because then you're more inclined to learn about it. You're more inclined to study about it. In fact, when you're doing it, you don't even think you're studying because you enjoy it so much. Who here has a business? Me. Do you ever think that when you're working with a client is work? No, you enjoy the living daylights out of it. In fact, you want to give more. You're knackered as hell by the end of it, but you love it. That you're ready to take the next client straight away, or you're ready to build your next product straight away because you enjoy the crap out of building and creating and bringing that vision to life. Okay, look at me now. So that is how it needs to be. So that's why I say go with what you're passionate about, go with what instinctively interests you. So investments, it's very important. Investments, you can start doing it from $0, well, $1 because you can't invest with zero. And what is out there that you can use app wise to start investing? Betterment, have you heard of Betterment? Betterment is a robo advisor. So it's an advisor and they ask you a series of questions. Based on the series of questions, they'll recommend certain portfolios to you. And then you put money towards that portfolio every month. Fantastic. So it's not like a massive lump sum. You could do a monthly, which is where I come with one of your automated spending, which is towards your investment. And sometimes you can even do it towards your retirement fund, or you could do it towards your buying your house fund, different aspects. There are various portfolios out there to cater for whatever your end goal is. Acorns as well. Acorns is another beautiful app that does beautiful things and gives you portfolios depending on your interests and values and so on and so forth. And then there's Stash. Stash is another amazing one that basically tells you what the portfolios are. You can actually change up your portfolios a bit to fit what it is that you want to do. If you're feeling more confident, then totally go there and do that. But a lot of these things are pre-made funds that you can put money towards, whether towards your interest, your values, your risk appetite, and so forth. So investing is important. Investing starts now. Investing starts today. So go out there, look at the apps. If you have any questions, hey, I'm here. Just tag me and I'll come in and answer whatever questions you might have. So those are the three truth bombs when it comes to cash rich business women. Okay. They know their net worth, so you know your net worth if you want to be cash rich. If you don't want to be struggling with money, running up and down, merry-go-round with money and so forth. You have to have a spending plan, okay? And no, be intentional about your spending. And the last truth bomb is investing. You have to be an investor. Can I say investress? Does that sound right? You know, actor, actress, investor, investress. That sounds a bit wonky, don't it? I should stop inventing words. That's what that's what I should stop doing. But you need to be an investor, and you have to start doing that from today. Okay, and these are all things that I go into in the Let's Make Money challenge. So I am doing a Let's Make Money challenge in my own group, Money Management for Business Women, and this challenge goes into this in an nth detail in regards to how to make money. And it's not making money by working, 365 days a year, 8 hours, 24 hours a day. No, it's about being smart. And being smart is, again, I've already shared three of them with you, is having these things in place. So if you want to join the challenge, which starts the 9th of December, just jump over and I'll probably share the link here as well in regards to you being able to take part in that challenge. It's a free challenge, no strings attached whatsoever, but it's just to take you through the process of making money. Okay. And the fact that it's literally the end of the year, is it the best time or is it the best time to start putting all this in place so that you start 2020 with a bang? Okay. You're not going to start this new decade ifing and butting. You're not going to if and but when it comes to your finances. You're not going to if and but when it comes to money. You're going to own the shit out of it, okay? You're going to tell it what to do, when to sit down, and when to stand up. In fact, you know what? You need to be a dominatrix when it comes to your money. Just take the whip. Okay, when I start into a giggle thing, it just goes off. And I always come up with these weird analogies, but hey, it makes sense to me. But yeah, you need to be a dominatrix about your money. Yeah, you need to whip it into shape, and don't be timid. It likes it. You know what I'm saying? It likes it. It likes it. Money is a freak. Okay, I'm gonna stop the giggles now. I'm just gonna read some of the comments. Daryline, you're awesome, man. You're on top of it. I love you already. So yes, please share the apps for net worth and spending. Okay, I'm just gonna make a note of that. And you said it's Canada, right? So I am gonna write that down. So Canada, and that is net worth and spending. Are you good with the investment sides, or should I share the Canadian, what is available to Canadians in regards to invest? I might just do the three. Hey, why not? And then you can look around and see which one gels with you and which ones you want to explore. And because again, the entry point is so low, it allows you to kind of go out there and just do it. You know, look at putting some money in and see which one works for you and what fits within your current environment, and then make your money work for you. Absolutely. As I said, dominatrix, wear your leather pants. I know, right? Wear your leather pants and get your whip and just spread your money on the sofa and whip it to shape. No, we do a different kind of whipping, okay? We put it into an emergency fund. You always have to have an emergency fund. Your fridge can go kaput any minute now. And if your fridge goes kaput, no panic. No panic, because guess what? You have a fund right there for your fridge going kaput. And you have your investments, you have your spending plan, you have things for your business, you have personal development. Oh, it goes on and on and on. But yeah, that's a good way to kind of spread this out so that it's spread over the whole thing. Then there is your investment appetite changes as you grow. Absolutely. It absolutely does. The more confident you become, the fiercer you are. You become fierce when you become confident. So as you grow in confidence, you're fierce. You are just not a soul searching badass. You become some fierce, a fierce badass as well. So it comes with confidence, definitely. And you're confident in regards to this is where my risk, this is what I'm comfortable with in regards to risk appetite. Okay. And when it comes to risk appetite, one thing I want to highlight is that you need to know your ability to bear loss. And that's where it links into your spending plan and it links into your net worth as well. What is your ability to bear loss? Don't go and spend $100 in investment if you if then when you lose your $100, you lose your home, your kids have to drop out of school, you have to, move county or country or state. No. If you lost that £100 and it causes a drastic change in your lifestyle, don't do it. Okay. So when it comes to appetite, you need to understand what your ability to bear loss is like. If I lost this 100K, what would it mean? And if I give you this example, who was it? Thurnes. Do you know Thurnes? It's a big hoo-ha. It was a Silicon Valley company that basically took everybody for a ride. But what happened? Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember who it was for the life of me. Jeez. It wasn't Buffett. It wasn't Buffett. Oh, I can't remember, guys. But one of these big boys invested 100 mil in this. And let me tell you this, nobody that invested in this organization got any money out. So this investor lost 100K, 100 mil, sorry, 100 mil investing into this. And they just wrote it off. They just wrote it off. Okay, so that is an investor that knows what the ability to bear loss is like. If you have 100K and you're thinking of investing it all, just think of it. If I were to lose it all, what would happen? Would I still be able to afford my house? Would my kids still be going to the school they're going to? Would I still be able to afford my state? Would I still be able to afford my car? All the different things. If the answer is no, rethink that. So yes, it grows, but also always bear in mind that it grows according to your ability to bear loss. So always have in mind what is your ability to bear loss, because at the end of the day, the more money we make is as well as the more money we can lose. And that's just the games of investing. Okay. And when you're investing, always think of long term. Okay. We're not thinking of a turnaround in a year. We're talking 5, 10 years kind of thing. And longer is better. Then the next comment here. Oh, I'm an emotional spender for sure. Terry Lynn, you have a friend in me. You have a friend in Okay, I'm gonna stop the giggles. But you definitely have a friend in me. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to change intrinsically who you are, but put measures in place because you know who you are. You know you're an emotional spender. So you put money aside. So when you have the emotional spending moment, you know that yes, I've put money aside. Because the last thing you need is going through some emotional turmoil and then fucking feeling guilty. Sorry, I just swore. Then feeling guilty about it. I mean, you don't need to, accumulate the emotions. No. So at least if you spend, it's guilt-free spending because you arranged for it. You know. So yes, definitely, totally, you got a friend in me there. Then it's wonky. Investress. I know, right? I should just stop inventing words. Inventress. Investress. Awesome. Okay, share all three. I will do. I'll share it for Canada, specific to Canada. Anybody else watching on replay, if you need me to share, net worth, spending, and investment apps that are out there in regards to your specific country, because a lot of what I shared here was very US based. So if you're not US and maybe you're UK, Australia, Canada, let me know and I'll give you a list of those as well that you can kind of explore and see what matches you. Yeah, what matches you. Then I'll have to catch the rest later. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Terralyn. You've been awesomely engageful. Yeah, you kept me going. You kept me going. Okay, so that is it, guys, in regards to three truth bombs about being cash rich. And I know you want to be cash rich. Yeah, we're not working for free. Okay, we're not working for free and we're not working for nothing. Yeah, we all have a desired outcome, and definitely cash is part of it. Our bottom line is very important to the sustainability, the growth, and the longevity of our businesses. So keep at it, guys. You're doing an amazing job. Keep at it. Yeah, no matter how dark the day is, the sun always comes out in the morning. Okay. And I'm going to stop here because I'm going to burst into song again. I really have this thing about bursting into song and dark days, and the sun is going to come out tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Okay, I have to control that. I'll stop bursting into song. But yeah, so keep at it, guys. Put your measures in place, put your systems in place, okay? And invest from today. All right. And if, as I said earlier, if you want to join the challenge, please do join. I'd love to have you there as well. And until then, go out there, earn it, and make it work for you. All right. Have an awesome day, people. Bye bye for now.